Hi, welcome to another very interesting lesson in syllabication. Last time we looked at the closed syllable and also the open syllable. Today we will be looking at the R-controlled syllable. And they are called R-controlled syllable because the R is the more dominant sound you will hear in these syllables. If you notice here, we have all the vowels A, E, I, O, and U beside the R. But these vowels do not give a long sound, neither do they give a short sound. The R controls the sound. The R is the more dominant sound in these syllables. Now let us look at how this works. There we have the AR sound. The AR says R. And if we look here, I have broken these two down for us just to give us a head start. K, R. R. We never separate the A and the R, neither the I and the R, nor the O and the R, the U and the R. Wherever you see them, you keep those sounds together. So we could not have broken this word here because we can't separate the A and the R. That's a rule there. All right, so there we have car and pet. If you notice, there are two vowels in this word, and that is why it is broken into two parts. It is not broken into two parts in all cases where there are two vowels or three vowels, but because the vowels are like that in the word, then it is broken there. We will explain a little bit more on that later on. Then we have m, r, mar. Mar is a single sound, and that's why we call it a syllable. And then ket, market, and carpet. Carpet, carpet, market, market. And that is how a small child will look at a big word, break it into parts, and then create syllables so they can put the word back together again. Next, we will be looking at the ER, and we're going to discuss these. We're going to talk about them so that we understand why they are broken, where they are broken. Okay, so the first word is B-U-T-T-E-R. The ER, we cannot separate that. So we know that already. Now, there are two vowels in the word. So two vowels in the word, it gives us an idea that this word can be broken into two parts. Next thing that we must know is that we always break for a syllable between a double consonant, where consonants are double. Like we see there, T and T, we call them double consonant. So we break it right in the middle there. And we get two parts, two sound parts. The first sound part is but, and then ter. Now we are moving on. But before we move on, what is that word? Butter. When we put it together, we get butter. Butter. All right. So the word is butter. Now we're going to move on to the next word right there. C-O-M-P-U-T-E-R. Now, we're going to use some of the knowledge that we gained last lesson. In the last lesson, we learned about the closed syllable and the open syllable. Do you see where that C, O, and M could be a closed syllable? Because there are two consonants here, M and P. So this M is closing in the O. So we want to break this word right there between the M and the P. So there we have come. Come is a closed syllable, if we can remember. So it closes in the O, and the O is a short sound. All right. Then we have P-U-T-E-R. How will we break that one now? Look at this U right there. That U is there, and then that part there is closed because of the controlled R. The controlled R is there, so we're going to put the T, E, R together, and then we break it right there. Let us put this word together so that it is not looking distorted. All right, so there we have come, pewter. Let's look at it. Computer. And we can hear the U saying its name right there. That's an open syllable. So we have a closed syllable, an open syllable, and the controlled R. So we have learned 3 types of syllable there, and we can see that in one word. Now we're moving down to H-A-M-M-E-R. H-A-M-M-E-R. This is a big word and we don't know what it is. So we're going to try and find out what this word is now. What did we learn earlier? We learned that the double consonant. What did we learn about the double consonant? Anybody can tell me? Do you remember? Great job. With the double consonant, you break it between the double consonant there. Let's break it right there. And there we have hammer. Hammer. And the big word is hammer. All right, so we're moving on to the IR. The controlled R, the R controlled. And we will see how much the R controls this I here. So after the R, we're going to break it right there. All right. What do we have there? Ver. Ver. It sounds as if there is no I there. We hear V and we hear R. V, R, ver. And then we have T-U-A-L. So we break it there. Tu and al. So that word is virtual. All right. Down here we have B-I-R-D. That is a single syllable word, and that is what we wanted to get to for a long time. So here we can see a single syllable word. Why is it a single syllable? Because there is only one vowel in the word. One vowel is there. All right. So it can only be a one syllable word. B-erd. B-erd. So you hear the IR saying right there. Okay, so we're moving on to or. Or. There we have it again, the double syllable, the BB. So we know that already. We need to break it right there between the two B's. How many vowels are there? That's one of the questions we must ask ourselves. How many vowels are there? How many parts can this word be broken into? There are 2 vowels, so this word will be broken into 2 parts. So we put the break right there. So there we have st, o, b, st, o, b, stub. And then born, b, or, n, b, or, n. Let's look at them a little bit closer. St, o, b, stub. And then there is b, or, n, born, stub, born. When we put them together as one big word, that's the word stubborn. And we move down to S-H-O-R-T. How many vowels are in this word? There is only 1 vowel in this word. There are 5 letters but 1 vowel. So this is a single syllable word. When there is 1 vowel, it's a single syllable word. There are other words that may have 2 vowels, that's a single syllable, but we will look at those in the next lesson. All right, so here we have sh, or, t. So we see that the S and the H give 1 sound. The S and the H give 1 sound, and that sound is sh. And then the O and the R say or, the T says t. Sh, ort, sh, ort, short. And that is the word short. So we hear the R coming out right there. The last one that we will be looking at is U-R. So we will be breaking these words into parts. And here we have a closed syllable. And let us break it right there where there's a closed syllable. Remember the closed syllable, there's a vowel and a letter closes it in. So the B closes in the U and it will give a short sound. So there we have sub and then herb. Sub, herb. Suburb. That's the word suburb. And here we have the UR again. So we break it right there. Let us break it right there. So we have survey, 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 suburb, suburb. So when a young child looks at these words and is unable to read them, unable to identify them, the skills of syllabication will help him or her to learn how to break the words down into manageable parts and then putting them back together to figure out what the word is. Have fun practicing these skills. These skills are very important to reading. So, as I always say, remember to practice, practice, and practice some more. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Share with a friend.